Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red, this opportunity day with new beginnings. Weather's not that bad, really. So, Matthew chapter 24, and we're looking at verse 48 today. Jesus continues, "But if that evil slave says in his heart, 'My master's not coming for a long time.'" So the first thing you notice is that Jesus stops mid-sentence. So I only get opportunity to speak on half of the preparation of what it is that's going to be coming as a result of this evil slave allowing his heart to be full of things that shouldn't be there. If he says in his heart is saying in his spirit. So he's allowed something to get into his spirit. And how do we allow things to get into our spirit? When we give ourselves over to those things that are inappropriate. You know, I've been talking on Proverbs about people who have chosen to allow themselves to get caught up, entangled with the inappropriateness of life. And all of those things are built around the fact that we decide to do something or to allow something to happen to us. So when we give ourselves to something, we're allowing ourselves, our will is cooperating with it. We might kind of sort of be aware that it's not very good for us to do it. But if we give ourselves to do it, then we will allow that into our heart. But we need to be those who guard our hearts and not let these things get into our hearts. You know, they were both examples, were both slaves, but one was evil. He wasn't born evil in the sense that any more evil than the one that was faithful. The difference was the faithful slave didn't allow evil to come into his heart. And evil got into his heart because he gave himself to the journey that allowed access for evil to get there. He was tempted and he gave way to his temptations. And the implications of giving way to temptations is that we allow evil to grow in our heart. It's like our lives, our heart is like a garden. And our garden, when we first started, was absolutely ready to grow good things. But sadly, we allow things to come in so that our hearts began to grow bad things. And so we develop natures and characters that don't reflect God. And that's where the problems start. Evil comes into our lives when we give ourselves over to those things that are inappropriate. And as a result of him doing so, he became an evil slave and he began to ponder things in his heart that he shouldn't have been pondering. Brothers and sisters, we need to nip it at the bud. We need to keep the enemy the other side of the door. Don't give the enemy an opportunity to come into your life in any way, shape or form, but guard your heart by allowing yourselves to be protected by the truth and the word of God. Thank you for joining me. Be blessed. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.